Welcome to the Record Machine Show podcast. And now, here's your host, James Michael Hollenstein.
We got a great show for you this week, folks. Pop recording artist Adam Wedd is on the program. He's got a brand new EP titled Pumpkin Pie. And before we get into the interview, we're going to play one of the tracks off of it. This one's called Holiday in My Mind.
When the sun goes down and I've packed my bags for the best adventure that we've still not had, I'll be landing soon, but I don't know where. Needing a little holiday from my mind. When the sun comes up but we're still in bed, how we've talked all night, but there's so much unsaid. Are we all stuck inside our weary heads at the kindness of a stranger passes by? Needing a little holiday from my mind. Oh Lord, I need a holiday from my mind. My mind goes outside, inside. Oh Lord, I need a holiday from my mind. My mind goes round and round. When all is said, but it's not yet done, and I've spent my time having fun for far too long. We've been on the run. I'm needing a little holiday for my mind. Needing a little holiday for my mind. Oh Lord, I need a holiday from my mind. My mind goes outside, inside. Oh Lord, I need a holiday from my mind. My mind goes round and round. Oh Lord, I need a holiday from my mind. My mind goes outside, inside. Oh Lord, I need a holiday from my mind. My mind goes round and round. Can you feel it? I need a holiday from under your skin. Outside, is there a darkness? A holiday from is there a burning light within? Is there a reason? I need a holiday from every season. Outside, what we all know now. Holiday from my mind, I need a holiday from my mind. When all is said, but it's not yet done, and we've spent our time just having fun for far too long. We've been on the run. The kindness of a stranger should be yourself. Needing a little holiday from your mind. Oh Lord, I need a holiday from my mind. My mind goes outside, inside. Oh Lord, I need a holiday from my mind. My mind goes round and round. Oh Lord, I need a holiday from my mind. My mind goes outside, inside. Oh Lord, I need a holiday from my mind. My mind goes round and round. Oh Lord, I need a holiday from my mind. My mind goes outside, inside. Oh Lord, I need a holiday from my mind. My mind
You just heard one of the singles off his brand new EP, Pumpkin Pie. That was Holiday in My Mind. And we have Adam Wedd on the line. Let's bring him in.
Hey, James. How you doing?
Doing good. How you doing, Adam?
Oh, very well. I'm glad we finally got to speak. Thank you for your patience and persistence.
Oh, no problem, man. I totally understand. Things happen, you know?
I'm just staying with my mother-in-law and father-in-law in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And we arrived just day before yesterday, and yesterday I was helping do some DIY stuff, and then we head into Manhattan in a couple of days to do lots of music stuff, which will be fun.
Nice. Now, where in New Jersey are you staying?
Elizabeth, do you know
yeah.
that? It's yeah. My girlfriend, she grew up there, and she moved to Poland for a few years to study, and then she came to London, which is where she met me, and it's been good.
That's awesome. Now, the last time we spoke on the air was August of 2023. Since then, you've written and recorded a brand new EP titled Pumpkin Pie. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, of course. Thank you. That was great. Yes, I think I began recording it at the end of last year, and I really felt I wanted to make a record that was more guitar based, because that's sort of what I do live, and it's where I'm from. And I wanted to make a record that was full of sort of real storytelling songs. And so it's taken about a year, because I really wanted to get this right. We've got live drums on it for the first time in my tunes, which takes a bit more time and it's a bit more expensive, but I think it makes a huge difference. And I'm really, really proud of this one. It's taken the time to get it out, but I really wanted to make a record that wasn't just about promoting it when it came out, but that the same time every year, if it gets to Halloween or the fall, then people might want to listen to it again.
Right. Now, who plays the drums on it?
It's a guy called Alex Marchesoni. He's an Italian drummer. I met him, rock and roll. I met him at Rack Studios in London, which is where Green Day did their recent record. And he'd just been drumming on a Daphne Guinness record, which of the Guinness sort of fame. Daphne Guinness was a judge on the RuPaul show, I think. But he's an amazing drummer, and we got on really well. And he realizes I'm not signed to a label, so he sort of did me a mate's rate, and he's just drumming on a whole bunch of stuff, even for my album next year, which I'm super chuffed about.
Nice. Any other guest players on the album?
I think I still out, but there's a friend of mine called Marek who he does a lot of stuff with Sam Smith, and he's been super cool at playing a bunch of stuff and producing with me. And at the moment, I'm just sketching out ideas. I think we have another couple more EPs to go, because I'm sort of testing the water to see what I like, to see what audiences like. And then hopefully the album should be finished by next summer, which I'm really chuffed about.
Nice. Now, the title of this EP is Pumpkin Pie, but pie is spelled P-I. How did you arrive at that title?
I quite like plays on words, and I thought it would be funny, because everyone sort of, at autumn time, at Halloween, everyone makes pumpkin pies, and it's one of my favorite desserts, and I love that, and especially like in a latte, it's great. In fact, the other week I had a pumpkin pie cocktail, which was like a pumpkin pie margarita or something. Nice. So I love that, but I just thought it would be funny and to sort of make people double take and think, did he spell this wrong? And just to have a bit of fun, really.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool, and I love pumpkin pie as well. And every year around this time, I always get the pumpkin spice coffee as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's great. There's nothing like it. I think it makes up for the fact that, particularly in London, it's raining all the time and it's overcast all the time. So, like, we might get like 5 days of summer or something like that. I think it's a band name as well. And 5 seconds of summer. And then, so when the fall eventually arrives, you're like, well, I may as well fall into this and embrace the coldness and get cozy, and yeah.
Awesome.
There we go.
Now, this podcast will feature 2 tracks from this EP, Holiday in My Mind and Fight or Flight. What's the story behind those songs? Oh,
wonderful. Oh, thank you for that. That'll be great. Holiday in My Mind, I wrote with a friend of mine called Vedantha Kumar. We were just about to play a show, and in the sound check, he was one of the other artists, and we just wrote this song together. And so we wrote that together. It's about 5 years old now, and I've taken it all over the world, and I was really scared to record it at first, because it's one of those songs that live always goes off. If I'm playing a sports bar or if I'm playing like a theatre, it doesn't matter. People will often sort of engage with this song. But I thought, I'll bite the bullet. I will we'll start to record it. And so that's what I did. And then Fight or Flight, this time last year, actually, I arrived to New York City, and one of my buddies said to me, I've got these lyrics for you. And so he gave me these lyrics, and then by the next morning I had the melody and everything. And then this is the most rock and roll story I have when it comes to recording, because this is what you hear from like bands say, and usually it's just I wrote it in my bedroom, but I wrote that with him. Then I went to Los Angeles to play a gig, and we tracked it there with a friend of mine who has a studio, and then brought it to New Jersey, and another friend of mine played guitars on it. Then we brought it to London and finished it off. And I usually that's not how it is for me, but it was quite nice that it's been on that sort of journey across the pond back and forth.
Right. Yeah, it's very cool songs. I love both of them. They're my favorite ones on the EP. I love all the songs, but those two stand out for me.
Thanks, man. That's great to hear. I think the drums really make a big difference. I spent a long time programming like fake drums, if you like, and there's elements of those still in there. But after just having a taste of those live drums, I'm like, you know what, this will make me sound like a real band. So we're going to go for the real drums, and I think that really helped. But thank you. I'll pass that on to the other guys. Thanks, James.
It definitely makes a difference. You can hear it.
Sweet.
Oh,
that's awesome. I'll stick with that.
How do you view the trend of releasing more singles or an EP as opposed to a full-length album?
Oh yeah, I think it goes back to the 50s and 60s when people couldn't really afford to record albums because it was like $400 for a tape at a time, and so people just put singles out. And I think now we're doing that for kind of a different reason, but also because it's expensive to make real albums. And so I, for me as an artist, I've always wanted to make an album and EPs because they're a finished body of work that makes people think, you know what, he's put enough time and money into this, he must believe in it. So let me at least give it a go, and hopefully some people will enjoy it. But I think the danger is that we, like certainly for me as well, I've spent 4 or 5 years just putting out singles, and that's where I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be taken seriously. I'm not going to take myself seriously unless I make a debut album, which I've never done. So I'm excited for that. But I don't know if it answers your question. I'm kind of going off on a tangent.
Will there be a music video for any of the singles on this EP?
There is there's sort of a lyric video for a few of them. I think there's going to be one for Fight or Flight. The purpose of this and the other EPs is to see if there's any songs that really resonate with people like yourselves, and because obviously I like them all, but like if they do well, then maybe we'll put a bit more money into doing a video and put them on the album as well with a bunch of new tracks. But yeah, I think for Fight or Flight there definitely will be a video at some point in the new year.
Nice. Now last year you played 251 live shows in 20 countries. What were those experiences like, and which was your favorite place to play and why? Yeah,
that's a massive achievement. I'm really proud of that. It's not as glamorous as it sounds, because I was often sleeping on friends' sofas or couches or in hostels, or in 1 or 2 cases on train station platforms when I was waiting for middle of the night train changes. But it was great getting to see so much of the world, and it was great for me to see if I could hack it, because I feel like that really pushed myself to the end of what I could handle. Mm-hmm. And my voice was pretty bad by the end of the year because I just used it so much. And I remember the last gig of last year was in Germany at this massive mansion for Germany's top hairdressers. And no one told me what the dress code was, and everyone's wearing cocktail dresses and bow ties, and I turn up and I look like a hobo, like a homeless guy. and I think they kind of found that endearing, but the gig went well, but I just remember there was 1 or 2 notes my voice just couldn't hit anymore because I think it was so exhausted from the year. So I jokingly got the audience to sing the note that I couldn't sing, and I kind of made a thing of it, but then I realized I have to look after myself a bit better if if I want to work that hard this year. But yeah, I really loved it. It didn't put me off. It just made me think of myself more as an athlete instead of, I guess I'll sing some songs, if that makes sense.
Nice. Your music has been featured on over 500 stations globally, including SiriusXM, Z100, BBC, Absolute Radio, even Radio Jackie, to name a few. What's it like knowing that your music is being played on all these radio stations?
It feels really exciting because I'm naturally an introvert, and I think I've really got into writing songs in order to express my thoughts, because I'm not always great at just saying what I think in a crowded room or a bar or whatever. But it feels kind of cool that something you write can, I guess, connect with people in different places. And I'm excited that the medium of radio is still alive, and I know podcasts as well, because it's almost, for a while, I think we're all like, is it gonna survive? And I love how it's sort of in its own lane compared to YouTube and TikTok. And I don't know if that's because I'm older, but I don't know if the Gen Zers are listening to radio. I'd be interested to know, but yeah, it's definitely very exciting.
Have you ever visited Z100 in New York?
I didn't know. We did a Zoom thing.
You should try and get involved in their Jingle Ball concert that they do every year, Z100.
Oh, I would love to do that. That would be great. I'm actually seeing my buddy this week who he works he works in New York, and he was staying with him, and I'll have to ask him if he knows anyone that we can just get in touch with. Yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you. I like that.
Because that concert's every year, and they have a ton of artists on there. They would probably love your music if you could get yourself on that ticket.
Oh, thanks, James. I appreciate that. No, I'll definitely try my best. That's a great idea.
Z100's Jingle Ball. It happens every year, man. You got to check that out. Which song on this release resonates with you personally, and why?
I think for me, it's a toss-up between two songs, and they're sonically very different. But Pink Dinosaurs is about my kids, and it's about my relationship with my kids. So that's really, really personal to me. But then, and it's about some sad times as much as some beautiful times. But then the flip side of that is fight or flight, and again, very personal, because it's like, you know what? It's being positive, looking forward into like what the new year will bring, and kind of being hopeful. And so that, I know I'm kind of cheating a little bit, but those two songs for me are the most personal, but they're also very like two sides of the same coin, if you like.
Yeah, both great songs. How do you see the rise of the independent artist and the DIY approach to changing the music landscape?
Yeah, I think it's really exciting. I work for a studio which is owned by one of the biggest labels in the world, and it's both exciting but depressing as well, because they have such a big monopoly on who they want to break, and often who they want to break depends on streams and stats and those kind of things. And I think, like myself, we're seeing more and more artists just saying, I'm not even trying to get a record deal, I'm just going to create my own audience, and if I can sell 1,000 or 10,000 copies of my album, that's success for me. And I think hopefully we'll see more of that. And I hope that because of that, and because of the struggle, more beautiful, powerful songs will be written. But I definitely think you have to be more of a all-rounded, skilled person now, because you can't just write a song and you know you have to market it and
right
and like and PR it and design it. And but I think that's what I'm kind of learning to lean into that, and it's all part of the fun of it. And I think because of the generation I come from, like, we're sort of like thinking, oh, we have to do TikTok or we have to do all this extra stuff ourselves. But I think kids that are coming up now, it's just all the way it always has to be for them, and they're not even questioning it. And I think it's a great example of how humanity innovates to stay relevant and alive. And so yeah, I'm excited by it, but for the longest time I've just been complaining, like, oh, you know what, I have to market this myself, I have to get on the TikTok, and the fact that I call it the TikTok shows that I'm in my 30s, because kids don't call it the TikTok, they call it just TikTok, right? So
right.
Yeah.
How are you planning on engaging your fans in a new and in innovative ways in the coming year?
Well, I did joke with Radio Jackie that because they're my local radio station, but they don't really play new music. And I just said, look, I travel the world as an independent artist, and lots of local radio stations and a few nationals have played my music, but you're my local radio, and you've never played my tune. So their mascot outside the radio station is a pirate, and I threatened to dress up as a pirate and busk outside the radio station until they played my song, and then the station manager basically messaged me and was like, "Hey, Mr. Wedd, no need to dress up as a pirate and busk. I promise we'll playlist your song for a bit." So they put my song on their thing. So I don't know. I guess like thinking outside the box like that would be kind of fun. But if you have any ideas, I'm open because I'm now open to marketing the music as long as it's legal. But I wear a sandwich board. That would work.
Yeah, you should definitely do some more TikToks too. Do you have an account?
I do. I've dabbled. I think the biggest TikTok I've got is like 15,000 streams, and I'm on the back of my friend's boat, just saying "riding the wave." And I think people seem to like kind of fun and quirky things on there. So yeah, I need to develop that a little more. Do you have TikTok yourself?
Yeah, I do. I started doing videos about the guests that I have on my show.
Sweet.
Just like maybe a 30-second video saying who I had on and, what they have going on, and to go check out the upload on my site. That's about it.
That's cool.
I just started doing that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. We can journey together. I'll find you and add you.
Yeah.
In a non-creaky way.
I think I have you. I think I added you already. I'm not sure.
Oh, you did?
I think I did, though. But while you're in New York, you should reach out to your buddy and talk to them about Z100. That would be pretty cool to get you on that bill.
Thanks, man. I definitely will check it out. I'm quite excited about this show because it's Pete's Candy Store. It bills itself as New York's biggest, smallest venue, and quite a few big names have played there and still come back and play there. And it's almost like a bit of an indie hotspot. And I've been trying to get a show there for years, and I feel pleased to be there. And I think I've got a couple of important people coming down when it comes to booking agents. So I'll definitely see if I can reach out to someone at Z100 and see if they want to send someone down. I don't know how it works, but we'll try. I like your suggestion. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I think Elvis Duran, he's the morning man at Z100.
Yeah.
I think he runs that Jingle Ball, so maybe someone on his staff would be able to come down and check you out.
Yeah.
When is the show? Idea. You got a show coming up this week, right? When is it?
This Thursday, the 7th of November.
Okay, where at?
It's at Pete's Candy Store.
Oh, nice.
I think it's in... Sorry?
What street?
It's I think it's on Lorimer Street, which is in Brooklyn, I think.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Any other shows besides that one while you're in New York?
Not officially. I think I'm going to play a bunch of open mics, which are happening in town. So that'll be quite fun. I know they do an open mic at the Bitter End on a Monday, which I've always wanted to do, so which is in the Village. I'm going to see if I can get to that. But I'm a bit of a New York head. I love it there. I just feel so energized because I feel like London's busy and vibrant, but it's like New York's like another notch up, Yeah,
well, it's good to hit those open mics because then people get, a gist of who you are.
Yeah.
Especially in New York,
Absolutely. Well, I saw recently like Coldplay played a bunch of open mics, like did karaoke bars and stuff. I was like, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, that would be great. Where can the listeners go to learn more about you?
So I'm on Instagram, which is at Adam Wedd. Or I have a very baby TikTok account, which means I haven't been using it a great deal. So come find me on there and feel free to give me TikTok ideas. Or I'm on Spotify or Bandcamp. They're the main places, I think.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to mention that we didn't talk about today?
Ooh. Well, the weather's really good here, so thank you to the US for that. Because honestly, it's so grey in London all the time, and it's really sad. But it also makes me really appreciate the sunshine here. So I mentioned that. I don't know. Just thank you for having me on, man. I really appreciate you. You've been such a kind soul and friend to new artists for so many years, and we all really appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome anytime, man. You're like a brother to me now, man. We're like buddies.
Oh, bless you. I'll make it down to Carolina at some point for a show. That would be fun. You have to come out.
Awesome. Are you going to be in New York for Thanksgiving, or are you going back home?
No, heading back before then, sadly. But hopefully next year.
Okay. Well, Adam, if I don't talk to you before the end of the year, enjoy your holidays. And
thanks, man.
let's keep in touch, all right? I'd love to have you back on. You know that.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate you. Have a wonderful Sunday, and good to speak to you in real time. And speak soon.
All right, you take care, buddy.
Thanks, James. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This is the one where the guy gets the girl, carries her off and they travel the world. Everything works out, everything's fine. This is that song and this is my time. This is the one where it all comes out right. My pockets are full and I sleep through the night. This is the one where they all sing along. I'm trapping my mind like England just won. Drive through the night. Come fill my cup. Let's fill it up. Each day ends with a sunset. It's fight or flight on this early night. This is the one. This is the one. This is that moment that won't come again. This is me open, setting a trend. This is me moving plans that I made. This is that crossroad the devil's been paid. This is the one where we live till we die. Live till we die and we stop asking why. This is the one where we live our lives. Living our lives like we run right on time. Drive through the night. Come fill my cup. Let's fill it up. Each day ends with a sunset. It's fight or flight on this early night. This is the one. This is the one. Come, let's go. Drive through the night. Come fill my cup. Let's fill it up. Each day ends with a sunset. It's fight or flight on this early night. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one.
The Record Machine Show is a weekly radio podcast produced by Jimmy Howell Productions. All rights reserved. For information regarding distribution or adding this podcast to your website, please visit our contact page at therecordmachineshow.com to submit your request. Thanks for listening. See you next time on The Record Machine Show.
The Record Machine Show.